A storage key is associated with each 2K byte block of storage that is available in the configuration. When the storage key 4K byte block facility is installed, all of the storage keys are associated with a 4K byte block. The storage key has the following format. So I'll jump over to the actual text. You can see from 0 to 4 we have ACC, then FRC. Those are spelled out down here. Okay, I'll read from the document itself for a little bit. The bit positions in the storage key are allocated as follows. Access control bits, ACC. If a reference is subject to key controlled protection, the 4 access control bits, bits 0 through 3, are matched with the 4-bit access key when information is stored, or when information is fetched from a location that is protected against fetching. The fetch protection bit, if a reference is subject to a key controlled protection, the fetch protection bit, bit 4, controls whether key controlled protection applies to fetch type references. A 0 indicates that only store type references are monitored and that fetching with any access key is permitted. A 1 indicates that key controlled protection applies to both fetching and storing. No distinction is made between the fetching of instructions and of operands. Reference bit. The reference bit, bit 5, normally is set to 1 each time a location in the corresponding storage block is referenced to either for storing or for fetching of information. Change bit. The change bit, bit 6, is set to 1 each time information is stored at a location in the corresponding storage block. Storage keys are not part of addressable storage, provided that the storage key 4K byte block facility is not installed. A storage key is associated with each 2K byte block of storage. The entire storage key is set by set storage key and inspected by insert storage key. Additionally, the instruction reset reference bit provides a means of inspecting the reference and change bits and of setting the reference bit to 0. Bits 0 to 4 of the storage key are inspected by the insert virtual storage key instruction. The contents of the storage key are unpredictable during and after the execution of the usability test of the test block instruction. Well, depending on whether the storage key 4K byte block facility is installed, 1 or 2 storage keys are associated with each 4K block of storage that is in the configuration. The storage key exception control is also provided as part of this facility. Storage keys with storage key 4K byte block facility not installed. So I'm going to skip that section that talks about if it's not installed. I'm going to skip this section that describes if it is installed. But those next 2 sections look good to me. The first one is called Storage Key Exception Control. When the storage key 4K byte block facility is installed, bit 7 of control register 0, the storage key exception control bit, this controls the execution of the instructions insert storage key, reset reference bit, and then set storage key. Okay, there's those instructions listed out for you. If the bit is 0, a special operation exception is recognized. If the bit is 1, the operation is performed on the single key associated with the 4K byte block. When the storage key 4K byte block facility is not installed, a storage key is associated with each 2K byte block, and bit 7 of control register 0 is ignored. 3 protection facilities are provided to protect the contents of main storage from destruction or misuse by programs that contain errors or are unauthorized. Key controlled protection, segment protection, and low address protection. The protection facilities are applied independently. Access to main storage is only permitted when none of the facilities prohibit the access. Key controlled protection affords protection against improper storing or against both improper storing and fetching, but not against improper fetching alone. Okay, I'm going to read from the document again because we have this nice table. Key controlled protection. When key controlled protection applies to a storage access, a store is permitted only when the storage key matches the access key associated with the request for storage access. A fetch is permitted when the keys match, or when The fetch protection bit of the storage key is 0. The keys are said to match when the 4 access control bits of the storage key are equal to the access key, or when the access key is 0. The protection action is summarized in the figure summary of the protection action. So here's our figure they're referencing there. When the access to storage is initiated by the CPU and key controlled protection applies, the PSW key is the access key, except that for the second operand of move with key and move to primary, and the first operand of move to secondary. The access key is specified in a general register, and the PSW key occupies bit positions 8 through 11 of the current PSW. So you can pause here if you want to really digest this diagram, but I'm going to end the video. In the next one, we'll continue to read about protection.